Have you ever gazed into a mirror and wondered, what if another version of you is staring back from a parallel universe? We live in a vast universe with galaxies, stars, and planets beyond what our minds can fathom. But what if I told you that our universe might just be one of many? Welcome to the concept of parallel universes. A mind-boggling idea that has fascinated scientists, philosophers, and curious minds alike throughout history. The idea of parallel universes proposes that there might be other universes similar to ours but existing independently. These universes might have different laws of physics or different histories. Maybe in one of these universes you're a renowned astronaut, a celebrated artist, or perhaps even the president. Now let's take an intriguing leap of thought. What if the reflection you see in the mirror every day is not just a mere image? What if it could be a gateway to these parallel universes? An intriguing thought indeed. Every day we interact with reflections. We see our faces in mirrors, the world reflected in a calm lake, and the light bouncing off surfaces around us. It's a fundamental part of our interaction with the world. But have you ever stopped to think about how reflections work? In simple terms, when light hits a smooth surface like a mirror, it bounces back or reflects at the same angle it hit the surface. This is how we see images in mirrors. But what if there's more to it? What if under certain conditions, instead of just reflecting light, these mirrors could reflect reality itself? This is a thought-provoking concept that challenges our understanding of reality and opens up a world of endless possibilities. It brings us to the edge of what we know and invites us to question, to wonder, and to explore. Now imagine if your reflection is not just a mere image, but a gateway to another world entirely. So, how would one travel through reflections into these parallel universes? We've all seen our reflections in the mirror, right? But imagine if that mirror was not just a reflective surface, but a portal into a whole other universe. It's like diving into a pool, but instead of water, you're diving into an entirely different realm. This concept might remind you of the classic tale of Alice, who stepped through the looking glass into a whimsical world. But let's try to break it down in a more scientific and logical manner. First, let's talk about light, the main actor in the play of reflections. Light travels in straight lines and bounces off surfaces. That's how we see our reflections. But what if, instead of bouncing back, the light continued on a different path, a path that led to a parallel universe? Imagine the mirror as a thin veil separating our reality from an infinite number of parallel ones. Every time you gaze at your reflection, you're not just looking at yourself, but potentially at a gateway to a different reality. Now here's where the science fiction element comes in. To actually pass through this mirror portal, we would need to manipulate the light in a way that allows us to follow its path into the parallel universe. This could involve bending the laws of physics as we know them, or perhaps discovering new laws entirely. The idea of traveling through reflections is underpinned by the theory of quantum mechanics, which suggests the existence of multiple realities. In this context, our reflection becomes more than just a mirror image. It becomes a potential gateway to these realities, so there you have it. The concept of reflection travel isn't just about stepping into your bathroom mirror, it's about exploring the mysteries of light, challenging our understanding of physics, and opening our minds to the endless possibilities of the universe. Sounds like a wild idea, doesn't it? But hold on, it gets even more fascinating. You might be wondering, is there any science to support this exciting idea? Well, let's delve into the fascinating world of quantum physics and string theory to explore how they could possibly explain parallel universes and reflection travel. Quantum physics, for starters, is a branch of science that deals with the smallest particles in the universe, atoms, and subatomic particles. Now, a principle in quantum mechanics called superposition states that a particle can exist in multiple places at the same time. Just imagine, you could be having a cup of coffee in your kitchen, while another version of you could be lounging on a beach in a parallel universe. Mind-boggling, isn't it? Now let's move on to string theory. This theory suggests that everything in the universe, at its most fundamental level, is made up of tiny vibrating strings of energy. These strings vibrate at different frequencies, and these frequencies determine the properties of the elementary particles they form. According to string theory, there could be as many as 10 or 26 dimensions, depending on which version of the theory you subscribe to. Now, what if these dimensions are not just mathematical constructs but actual realities? What if they represent parallel universes where different versions of us exist, living out different lives? And what if reflections were not just light bouncing off surfaces but gateways to these other dimensions? But here's the catch. While these theories are fascinating, they're also incredibly complex and still largely hypothetical. They're not universally accepted among scientists, and there's currently no definitive way to test them. On the other hand, this doesn't mean that they're not possible. Science is constantly evolving, and what seems impossible today could become reality tomorrow. So, the science might be complex, but the concept remains intriguing and full of possibilities. As we continue to push the boundaries of our understanding, who knows what we might discover about the nature of our universe and the potential for parallel universes. Now let's dive deeper into the implications of such travel. Imagine for a moment that reflection travel is real. You stand before a mirror, and instead of seeing a simple reflection, you see a gateway to another universe, another you. What implications could this possibly have on our lives, our society, and our understanding of reality? Let's start with the philosophical implications. Reflection travel would challenge the very concept of self. If there are infinite versions of ourselves in parallel universes, then who are we truly? Are we all these versions combined? Or are we just the version we see in our mirror each day? This question would force us to rethink identity, individuality, and the nature of existence itself. Then, there are the ethical implications. If we can meet other versions of ourselves, could we interfere with their lives? Could we change their paths for better or worse? Would it be right to do so? These questions blur the lines between right and wrong, posing ethical dilemmas that humanity has never faced before. Now let's consider the societal implications. If reflection travel were possible, it could revolutionize everything from science to law enforcement. Imagine solving crimes by consulting the experiences of our parallel selves, or learning about advanced technologies from a version of ourselves in a more advanced universe. The possibilities are endless, and all of them would drastically change the fabric of our society. Finally, let's touch on time travel. If each reflection represents a different universe, then could some of these universes be timelines from our past or future? Could we potentially visit our past selves or peek into our own futures? This possibility raises questions about fate, free will, and the nature of time itself. While it's all hypothetical, it's fascinating to ponder about these implications, isn't it? As we stand before our mirrors each day, we might just be standing on the threshold of infinite possibilities, and that's a thought that's as thrilling as it is perplexing. So, what do we take away from this journey into the realm of reflections and parallel universes? Well, we've delved into the fascinating concept of parallel universes, an idea that has not only sparked scientific curiosity, but has also ignited imaginations worldwide. We've explored the idea that these alternate realities could be just a reflection away, painting a picture of a world where our mirror images could be gateways to unimaginable adventures. We've also dived into the science behind this theory. We've looked at quantum mechanics, the theory of relativity, and the idea of wormholes, and how all these could potentially support the concept of reflection travel. While these are complex scientific principles, they provide a theoretical framework that makes the idea of traveling to parallel universes through reflections not just a flight of fancy, but a possibility that cannot be entirely dismissed. And then, we've pondered the implications of such travel. What could it mean for us as individuals, for society, and for our understanding of reality? Would we meet alternate versions of ourselves? Could we alter the course of history or create new timelines? The possibilities are as endless as they are intriguing. But the most important takeaway from this journey is the encouragement to keep an open mind. After all, some of the greatest scientific discoveries were once considered impossible. The world is full of wonders waiting to be explored, and the realm of parallel universes and reflection travel is just one such wonder. Let's continue to question, to explore, to dream. Let's continue to push the boundaries of our understanding and to challenge the limits of our imagination. Because as we've seen, even the most outlandish ideas can lead to profound insights and discoveries. Remember, the universe is full of mysteries waiting to be unraveled, so keep looking in the mirror and who knows, one day you might just step through.